Welcome, Jim Dowson here, guest presenter with the Templar Daily Report. I hope you're all rejoicing and well. Well, it's almost dark outside again here, but it was up to a sweltering 20 degrees. What's that in old money, about 70 or something, or 60 something? But for us, that's very, very warm. But it's almost dark, I kid you not. I'm looking out here, I can hardly see outside in the yard. Hey? What? 20 degrees is 80? Aye, 20. No. 68. That's hot for us, believe me. Hot. Anyway, who's in the room? William Petit, God bless you in West Virginia. How you doing, Leza Drokovic? Nice to see you. John Andrews, God bless you there in Ontario. Michael B, how are you in Alberta? John Wilmot, nice to see you. Burt Myers, Antonio Rubello, Mr. Catterall, how you doing? Who else have I got here? Gary Hardwick, nice to see you. Malcolm Cook, God bless you. Andy, how you doing, Andy? 37 degrees down south, Andy. Oh, I couldn't stand that, brother. Too hot. Lady Rotha, good to see Lady Rotha in the room as usual. Who else have I got? Wait a minute, I've lost my place. Jonathan Bedeen, how you doing in Canada there? And good greetings to your good lady. Jim Young, how you doing from central New York City? New York. So good they named it twice. Oh. Dan Gerer, how you doing? Nice to see you. Where is it? Oh, aye, he's asking hello, Techie, as well, from Pacific Rim of the US. Oh, yes, Chris Stride, how you doing? Who else have we got? Brian Payton from Florida, lucky man. Nick's in the room. How you doing, Nick? Bartley Burker, God bless you, my friend. Nice to see you. John Van Aken, how you doing? Nice to see you here as well. Troy Otto, good. It's all familiar names, yes. Sean the Hearn, the Big McConnell's in. The Big McConnell. And Joseph Brooks, how you doing? Robert Erickson, nice to see you. And we have Englishman's Miscellany in Lancashire. Oh, is it hot there? I don't know. See, tell us if it's hot there. Heinrich Johansson, evening everybody. Geminus for 2 minutes. Hello, how you doing, my friend? Malcolm Cook, hello, sir. Must far to go, nice to see him. And the Scorpions, good in. And Neville Walker's in, good to see you, lads. Steve Trussell's in, good stuff. Chris White. Who else have I got there? Mark Green from the Peak District. Lovely to see. EMS Rejuvenation. Makoka. Christopher Makoka. Good. TT Foley. I like TT Foley. He's a good fella. Mark Clark. How you doing from Georgia? Matt Hawk. Hello. How you doing? Don't know him. From Dorset. Very good. Jerry Smith from Philadelphia. Great. Excellent. And Christopher Graham from Wisconsin. Stuart Duncan from Aberdeenshire. Well, you know, I used to go to Wisconsin. I used to stay in a place called Monroe, Wisconsin. We used to go up to Janesville and all that, doing the pro-life stuff outside the abortion clinic. So I know Wisconsin quite well. Once protested at Nudist Beach, of all places. A nudist, horrible sight, let me tell you. Oh, only for the mature in the faith. Once seen, never forgotten. Hideous. And why is it? The people who always want to take their clothes off are the very last people who should be taking their clothes off. Keep them on, for goodness sake. Keep them on. I remember one guy walking up naked to his dog. I says, seriously, sir, you know, we're all human beings and adults and we can make our own decisions. But that dog's got no say in the matter. Leave the dog out. You know, it's bad enough I've got to look at you putting the poor dog through that. But anyway, it was a vile thing. Miss Fatigo, I'm a Ms. No, sorry, I beg your pardon, Miss Fatigo. I do beg your pardon, Ms. Sorry about that. Well, you've all used daft names. I don't know what you are with a name like Miss Fatigo. How do I know? Anyway, I'm sorry about that. Right, remember, like the video, click subscribe, press the bell and comment below. I've got some good stories here today for you and some other interesting things to show you. There's something I was thinking about there and I don't know what it is. Anyway, I want to start on a story of that's coming out of Germany right now. Coming out of Germany. Berlin. So, this is about the Berlin police. Excuse me, I'm bilious. Good gracious. I was eating a sausage roll earlier on. Oh, it's coming back on me. It's terrible. But Berlin police have reported 210 rapes from March to July. Half of cases involve migrants. According to statistics released by German police in the German capital of Berlin, the city saw 210 rapes between March and July, an average of 2 rape cases per day. Can you imagine it? In the old days, you know, you make a couple of rapes a year. That was shocking. Now it's 2 a day. There we go. What does that say? Yeah, all these nutters. They're welcoming the people. And, you know, it's like, what do you call that? Stockholm Syndrome or something. Aye, Stockholm Syndrome. Crazy. The State Police Criminal Investigation Unit, known as, in German as Kripo, good name for what they investigate, said that cases of serious rape, Well, what do you mean serious rape? Is there any non-serious rapes? Germans, like they're very precise. So they probably have rapes all put in categories. But the cases of serious rape, so we don't know how many non-serious rapes there was, but anyway, cases of serious rape in Berlin are surging. And of the 210 cases reported between March and July, at least 50 of the victims were children below the age of 16. Shocking. Around half of the suspects in the rape cases come from foreign backgrounds. Far higher than the migrant population of Berlin. I don't think so. So, anyway, which amounts to 30% of the city's total residents. Getting there. Berlin, but again, I would be careful with that, because that's what they call serious rapes. So I'd like to see the figures including non-serious rapes, whatever that is. I guarantee it's 10 times this. Berlin has seen a steady rise in reported sex crimes in the last several years, with 2019 seeing 4,809 cases, up 15% from the year prior. 1 in 5 victims is said to be under the age of 21, and over a third of the alleged perpetrators have been from a migrant background. Just facts, but to be honest, that's actually in line with the population. That's actually in line with the population of Berlin. That's why I don't believe a word of it. That's why I think if you put sex crimes in there, all of them, and the non-serious ones, as they say, I think the picture would be very different, because that's actually in line with the proportion of the city's population. They're a third of the population, and a third of these alleged perpetrators are from that background. So I don't believe that. So there you go. I've just told you a story. I don't believe a word of it. But I'm going to look into it further. But there you go. The whole thing is shocking anyway. You're looking at 5,000 sex cases in a city. Good grief, in a year. Come on. What's going on? The places went mad. Hold on.
They're migrants, but they're not including the second and third generation in that.
Well, this is what our brother's just pointed out there. They only include the first wave of migrants, first generation. They're not including people who've been born there from those backgrounds. So, you know what the figures will be the same as me. It would be absolutely mind-boggling if we consider the whole overall plan. So there we go. And remember, like the video, click subscribe, press the bell, comment below. Well, listen, I hope you all had a very nice and pleasant weekend. Each and every one of you. I've got another story coming at you, but I don't know if we can. First of all, brother, can we show the thing? I want to show you something we're going to be carrying soon. Now, it's beautiful, but it's a big thing. It's about that size, by about this height, by about that wide. It's a big thing. It's no wee thing. It sits in your desk like this. This is a wee thing. You remember these? I don't know if I could put. Somebody was asking me the other day, but yes, we've still got some of these. Wait a minute, there's a big hair stuck in here. What's going on? We've got some of these. It's a replica with engraving on it, non nobis domine, on the sword. It's a replica of the Templar sword. Really good. Solid. Sorry, techie guy, that's right in his lugs, because I'm doing sorry about that. So these are wee things. This thing I'm going to show you is a big thing. It's 13 inches wide by about a foot high by about 9 or 10 inches broad. It's a big thing. So there we go. Have a look at that. Now it looks smaller, but it's not. As I say, it's a big thing. It's over a foot long, and it's been made in Toledo, handcrafted, and it's on a beautiful mahogany or oak plinth. Trouble is, folks, somebody asked me to get some of these in, so I did. But the problem is, these ain't cheap. These ain't cheap. They're, what did I write the price down? $249. About $30 of that's postage, mind you. But that's it delivered. $249 delivered. So it's actually about $219, then the postage. Dollars. It's still quite a lot of money, but it's a big thing. It's not just a wee thing you sit on the edge of your desk like this. No, it's much bigger than that. It's a big thing. It's about,
It's almost the size of
yeah, it's almost the size of the big family Bible. It's a big thing. It's about that wide by about that tall, and narrow. It's about that. It's a big thing. It's for sitting up on a mantelpiece or sitting in your middle of your table or something. It's a big piece of kit, but it's exquisitely made. It's very beautiful. Well, I thought it was. Scott Rash says that's not. You must have plenty of money, Scott. I thought it was very expensive, to be honest with you, when he told us the price. And by the way, we don't make no money in this. We don't make any money in these at all, because how could you make money in that? You couldn't even stick $10 on it, because I think personally it's very expensive, but it is what it is. So we bring them in for that price. We bring them in for that, and then there's $30 postage on it. Some places it might be a wee bit more than 30, but we'll just pick it up, don't worry about it. So we're giving it one price because it's too difficult for the techie guy to work it all out. So sometimes we'll lose $5, sometimes we'll win $5. So overall it'll sort itself out. So they're $249, and I think, yeah, that's true. Bruce Samuelson says nothing's cheap unless it's cheaply made. No, this isn't cheaply made. This is made in the factory in Toledo, handcrafted by wee skilled men doing it, and everything they make is just beautiful. Everything they make is exquisite and really nice. But yeah, if you've got a big dining table or a big fireplace, that would look good on it. Yeah, I don't think my wife will let me buy one. I'm still buying the big pulpit Bible. But it is beautiful and it's well done, and it's got all the stuff on it that you need, all the flags and the materials handmade. It's all cut to fit the model and everything. It is good. It's a really good thing. So if you want one of them, I think I'll check with the techie guy. Techie guy, Mr. Techie guy, let me riddle me this. When is the page going up for this? And how many of them there is? How many is there of them?
1 second.
Well, no. So the techie guy says, I'm struggling to believe him, but he said that page might be up today. But I don't think there's a lot of them. How many is there, techie guy? 10. There's only 10 of them. That's it. There's 10 of them. There's only 10 of them. 10 of them. Yeah, Scott Rash says he's got to pay for his sword first. Yeah, one thing at a time, brother. Don't go mad. But there's 10 of them. We may have the page up today, so if you want to check. It could be up today. We'll see. If it isn't, it'll definitely be there tomorrow. But there's only 10. There's only 10 of them. So don't moan to me if you don't get one. So there we go. Now, I don't know. It's quite a lot of money. This is how fresh this is. Are they going to have a payment option on it? There's a lot of money, $249 in this climate. 3 payments. What do you think? 3 payments? Think that's fair? Split it with 3 payments, folks. So what's that? $80 each? 380, yeah, something like that. $80 each. $83. Could I push the boat out and say make it 4? 4 payments. 4 payments, folks. So split it into 4 payments. That'll be roughly $60 a payment. So if you want to get it in a payment plan, 4 payments. You've just seen me. I have tried to push for you. Best we can do, but as I say, we don't make a penny on these. That's what they come in and they go out, and the postage added on, that's the price of them. So if you want one, get one. They're really beautiful, but they're big. Don't be thinking they're wee small things you can sit on the edge of their desk. They're actually big things with a big solid wooden plinth on it. So you need a big table or a big display case, or maybe on top of a big formal mantelpiece. I don't have any of those things. I don't even know where I would put one if I got one. Yeah, they're over a foot long. They're 13 inches long, and I don't know how heavy they are, but I think they're quite substantial. So there we go. What's the Scorpion says? What's the max payment of swords? Is it 6 or 8? I can't remember. 6. 6 months. You can pay a sword up over 6 months, Scorpion. So there we go. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll get you. Oh, the swords are. Oh, listen. I'm dreading it because this place is going to come down with stuff. It's incredible. Who else have we got? Senior citizen discount? Sadly not, because that's what there's no money in them. We don't make a penny on them. We're just banging them straight out to you guys. $1 a month. Aye. There's people with big noses. That's how they started off. $1 down, $1 down, and then $1 a week for the rest of your life. Aye. Do you know, folks? That's what I don't like about big capitalism. I mean, I'm a sort of free market economy guy because, you know, that's the way I believe you should stand your own 2 feet and make your own way in life. But I get really annoyed at this corrupt capitalism and these payday loans when they're charging 2,000 or 3,000%. I mean, it's outrageous. And I remember once I went in to buy a sweet in a shop. My wife said, I like that. We'd saved up. I says, right, looked a good price. It was something like £1,000, which is a lot of money, leather sweet, beautiful. Saved up for it. Walked in and said, I'll buy that. Here you go, there's the money. They said, well, we can't take cash. I said, well, I'll give you a credit card or a bank card. No. You need to take it on a payment plan. I said, I don't want to take it on a payment plan. I'll just buy it. No. I says, okay, if I take it in the payment plan and signing up this thing. So I assumed it was interest free. Then I looked at it. I says, hold on a minute here. I'm renting this. It was a rental agreement until you'd actually paid for it. I says, how much am I paying? I quickly counted it up. For a 1,000 suite, I was paying 3,600. And they do this deliberately to suck the poor people in. The people in society who can least afford to be ripped off. And it's the same with these Wonga payday loans and all the rest of it. They actually go out and target the people with the least money to milk them and make their life even more miserable. Can I tell you something, folks? People say that's sharp practice and it's not very good and all the rest. Let me tell you something. That is a sin against God. And these people will be judged harshly for that. That's the worst, most despicable, evil thing I've ever heard of. But they're flourishing, and they're all licensed by the government. It's the same with this online gambling. This online gambling is ridiculous. I mean, somebody sitting in their house, a few drinks in them, a few whiskies. What's that, Gunter? What's that? Guarantor loans, yeah. Now guarantor loans, all that stuff. It's just poisonous. But, people do this. I don't know if you have it in America, but here in Britain we have it. It was banned for a while in Northern Ireland. But so online gambling, you can use credit cards. So people are sitting in their house drunk. They banned the credit cards now, thank goodness. But we did a lot of lobbying for that as well. But people are sitting in their home of an evening, maybe lonely, a few drinks, and they're going on these gambling sites, whether it be fruit machines online. Although, how does that work? How do you pull a lever? I don't know. But anyway, they go online. And they're sitting there and they're out with a credit card and they're putting thousands and thousands of pounds on these gambling sites. It's absolutely appalling how these charlatans can be licensed to do this and get away with it. But what you find is the big corporations who do this, the CEOs are related to somebody in the government, or they've gave the political parties a couple of £1 million in their campaigning costs. It's ridiculous.
That's right. Remember that Blue Bank on Dave?
Yeah. Of course, I mean, people have been driven to distraction with this, and it shouldn't be allowed. It shouldn't be allowed. It's immoral. It's downright wicked, and they're fleecing the people in society who can least afford it. And it's just not good. It's not nice, and it puts people in a terrible position. Yeah. Dating sites are a scam too. Yeah, well, I told you my experience on the dating sites when we tried it out. Out of 2.8 million so-called Christians and all, one rather overweight African lady was the only one that responded to my advert, because we're just testing it out to see. So yeah, you're right. All a load of rubbish. All a load of rubbish.
Some are okay. The free ones.
Yeah.
That's how that is.
Don't get near them. Mind you, the techie guy says some are okay because he met his missus on one of them. No, and she's not from the Philippines. She's not from the Philippines or the Ukraine. She's from here. But it's, innocent ones that's free and that, people can hook up and fine, get to know each other fine. But no, most of these things are all rip-offs, and stay away from them and don't get near them because they're bad. But I'm talking about deliberately targeting the poor to exploit them. There's a special place in hell reserved for such scumbags. And I tell you something, I would like to stand and watch them, but I've no intentions of going there myself. So there we go. It's terrible. It's awful. It's absolutely awful. Now, I've got another story for you quickly. And remember, like the video, click subscribe, press the bell, comment below, and share. You need to start sharing, folks. I know a lot of folk do it, but more folk don't do it. We're going to talk about Mr. Michelle Obama. Oh, sorry. No. Michelle Obama, you make your own mind up. She says she is suffering with low-grade depression. Well, everyone else about us low-grade, so I know her depression. As a result of quarantine, racial tension, and Trump. The former First Lady discussed the impact the US and global current events are having on her mental health during the second episode of her new podcast, the Michelle Obama podcast. Boy, I wonder how long it took her to think that name up. That's what probably depressed her. During the episode, Mrs. Obama said, "I'm waking up in the middle of the night because I'm worrying about something, or there's a heaviness." I'll come back to that in a minute. According to the 56-year-old, she has tried to stick as closely to her routine as possible, with milking everybody dry and telling lies, as possible during this period of upheaval, including making time for a daily workout. However, she acknowledged that there are times when she has felt too low. "I know that I am dealing with some form of low-grade depression, not just because of the quarantine, but because of the racial strife and just seeing this administration, watching the hypocrisy of it day in and day out. It's dispiriting," she continued. I know, I'm not repeating it. Says Lady Roth, I'm naughty. I'm sure it's dispiriting. I'm sure Hillary is even more dispirited because she never get in. The former First Lady also opened up about how the protests prompted by the killing of George Floyd and President Trump's handling of the racial injustice in the country have impacted her well-being. Mrs. Obama finished with, It is exhausting waking up to yet another story of a black man or a black person somehow being dehumanised or hurt or killed or falsely accused of something. Now, I don't pretend to be an intellectual, as you well know, but neither am I a stupid man. But there are many majority white countries in the world. Now, how many of these countries have had a black African president? Britain? No. France? No. Germany? No. Holland? No. Belgium? No. Sweden? No. Norway? No. Denmark? No. Finland? No. Poland? No. Don't think they're even there. No, no. Hungary? No. Romania? No. Greece? No. Serbia? No. Macedonia? No. I'm running out of Iceland? Surely Iceland? No. The most racist place in the world that I've been told is the US of A. But hold on a minute. Are they not the only white country that's had a black president? Strange form of racism, where a black man can rise up to be the leader of his country. In such a racist country. Wow. How does that work? I want you all to think about that and come back and tell me, because I'm totally confused that the most racist country in the world is the only country in the world with a white majority that's not had, that is the only place that's had a black president, a black leader. Interesting. These liberal places like Holland and Sweden and Norway and Denmark, the scandal countries who are notorious for their liberal beliefs, they ain't had a black president or prime minister. America. But we're told America is a terrible place to be a black man, but you still can become the president. Really interesting that. Try and work that out and get back to me, because I can't work it out. But I want to talk about this when she says here, you know, she's 56, remember, pushing 57, so she's hitting 60 soon. And she said, I'm waking up in the middle of the night because I'm worrying about something, or there's a heaviness. Oh, it's a telling thing from Michelle. I'll tell you what she's worrying about. She's worrying about where she's going to spend eternity. She's worrying about her mortality, because you know yourself, if you're watching this and you're the same age as us, and I'm much the same age as Michelle Obama, there comes a time when you go over 50 where you have to start contemplating your mortality, because you're far closer to the end than you are to the beginning. And you know that soon the icy hand of death is going to come upon you and tap you in the shoulder. And that's where the trouble starts. Because you'll either be catapulted up into glory, or you'll be dragged down by the demons into the pit of hell. Oh, that's why she's waking up. And to do her right. She's right to wake up worried. She's right to feel a heaviness. Oh, she's right. She's very concerned. And I heard tell when she was a kid, she was took to church regular. So some old preacher, some no doubt old Baptist preacher has installed that into her. The fear of God and heaven and hell is a certainty. And now she's pushing the big 6-0. Oh, I'm sure she's waking up middle of the night with heaviness and worrying about something. It's no something she's worrying about. She's worrying about soul. She's worrying about eternity. She's worrying about leaving this scene of time and where she's going to spend the rest of all time. That's what's waking that woman up at night. Well, I can only say that I'm pleased that that's happening, and I hope the Lord speaks to her, and I hope the Lord is merciful and brings her into the fold before it's too late. But only time can tell. And let's hope that reprobate, a husband of hers, has the same problems and gets himself right with God before it's too late. And we should never wish people bad. I'm quite sure this is a conviction upon her, sent by the Holy Spirit. That's what it sounds like to me. She's worrying. She's got heaviness. And she's right to worry. It's a pity that Hillary and non-husband, that boy she's married to, what's his name? Bill, the goat, Clinton. Them two would do well to be lying awake at night worrying. Because it's all right having your fun when you're running wild and you're young and you have no thoughts of your own mortality. But once you get over that big 5-0, oh, it's a different game then, isn't it? Different game. Then you know that it's not going to be too long before the curtains are closed, the lights go out, and your eyes close and you're off to eternity. The question is, what eternity are you off to? Yep, that's it. It's a terrible thing. So we'll wait and see what happens. We shall wait and see what happens with that. Well, listen, folks, that's all from me. I'm going to try and get you some guests on. And later on this week, I think possibly Thursday and Friday, our good friend, Mr. Griffin, the troll magnet, the troll magnet, is going to be standing in for me because I'm away to do some stuff. But I'll be back, God willing. Well, who knows, whenever I go. They always send me to worse places. Huh? I'll be back for Sunday. Yeah. So, we'll wait and see. Every time Mr. Griffin's on, there's an army of trolls appear. And I seen a troll yesterday on the church service. Some Spaniard. I don't know if anybody speaks Spanish. I don't know what he was saying. I don't know if it was rude or he was just a supporter, but, bit crazy. I've no idea. But I seen it yesterday. It was just mad. It was just mad stuff. He put up about 30 or 40 posts. It was totally crazy. But, well, if he was just a bit mad, God love him and pray for him. But I don't know what he was saying because I don't speak Spanish. But I'm sure some of you Americans speak Spanish. I'm sure it. So you can tell me if he was being rude or abusive. But he'll be banned him anyway, just in case. Don't take any chances. So Mr. Griffin's going to be on and we'll see. Gary Hardwick says, thank you for a great set. Thank you very much, Gary. It was a tough sermon yesterday. I know it was. It was a tough one, but sometimes we have to take that off for the smooth and we've got to deal with the serious stuff. And a lot of folk don't like that anymore. But as I always say, I'm a funny, jokery wee guy. I'm not dour or depressed or anything like that. But we have to be sober-minded and serious because we're living in very serious times. And do you know what happened to me today, ladies and gentlemen? Let's see. I don't have it on me. But anyway, there's a new law here that you've got to wear masks into shops. So to get into a shop today, so to put this wretched mask on. Do you know the only mask I had at hand? You won't believe this. An English mask, the St. George flag. Oh yes, humiliation. I had to pull this St. George flag up and I walked into a shop and I spoke and the guy went, I says, this is not natural. I said, what's the matter with you? He says, there's a Scottish voice coming out in an English mask. It's ungodly. And I agree with him. It was terrible. I've been humiliated. I'll never be able to show my face in the builder's merchant ever again. But there we go. So that's what happens. But it's all good. Well, listen, I'm going to get off now. God bless each and every one of you for tuning in. Really appreciate it. You're very important to us. You really are. I'm just going to leave you another picture of that horse thing. The what do you say in Spanish? Caballero, something like that. There it's there. We're going to try and get the page up now. There is 10 of them. That's it. There's 10 of them. Can I get more in? I don't know. I've no idea because I think 10 at that price is probably enough. But we'll wait and see. It's up to you guys. I don't know. But we'll get the page up and see if you need them. And if you do, again, I've managed to get them in 4 payments for you, as you've seen live. Yeah, the link will show below here. Okay, on the YouTube. It'll be the night on a horse thing or something like that. So that's it from me. God bless you all. Remember, I'll be here tomorrow if the good Lord spares me. I might try and get another guest on, a different guest, and do a link up, but we'll see how we go on because I don't like messing about with the technical stuff. It's always a pain in the backside, as you well know. But keep safe, everybody, because these lockdowns are now... my friends in Ireland have told me there's 2 or 3 counties shut down with huge outbreaks of COVID, which is nothing anyway, but outbreaks coming from a meat yard, which was totally stocked by foreign migrant workers. Oh, there's a surprise. But the police are blocking the roads off. They're checking everybody. If you're out without a mask or out without a good excuse or too far away from your home, they're hitting you with €2,500 fines. This real oppression. This really is 1984. This really is getting serious, folks. So especially to my Irish friends, take care out there and don't walk into the trap. This is going to be a long drawn-out war, so don't fall at the first battle by digging your heels in, not wearing a mask. Give them their mask. Wear the mask because we've got a lot more serious fighting to do and we want you there in the fighting. That's it from me. Remember, if the good Lord spares me, I'll see you tomorrow. But until then, stick close to God. You won't go far wrong. Deus Vult.